After a very long time, finally we're seeing Elite Dreadbloon back on the menu, and I cannot be more excited to fight this guy because, well, for the first time we have a brand new, for the first time in a while I should say, we have a brand new Paragon. It is the Tack. Now I know that what I'm doing here doesn't exactly look the best. I'm leaking the entirety of the first round, but they're not allowing us to have Dart Monkeys in this one. Actually, the modifiers are pretty interesting. I would say they're very well thought of. So no Dart, no Boomer, no Ace, and no NG. So a lot of these Paragons are getting banned, but at the same time, keep in mind this is Dreadbloon. So Dreadbloon requires you to have towers from multiple categories, and that means that, well, the more towers you ban, the more annoying it's gonna get eventually. So yeah, let's get Quincy like this. I think we're just gonna do a Quincy start, and then eventually we're gonna make this into the Tack Paragon showcase. We're gonna have to combine it with something else. This is a really devious one because well, they allowed, for example, these military Paragons, like for example the Sub and the Buccaneer, but there's no water to place them, so we're gonna have to do some Mermonkey shenanigans if we want to do that. They also left us these magic Paragons, by the way, which I guess it's nice, but there's no use of having towers from one single category, well, because this is Dreadbloon and we need to get some towers or some damage, I should say, from different categories. This is a very OCD map for farming, by the way, because you can have a single village and you can place these farms in such a way that you're just gonna get every single farm in the range of a discount village. So you can have one like this. One is hidden behind the trees, and then you can have like two more here on the side and a village in between. That's just amazing. Actually, just a second, I forgot that this is Dreadbloon. So a Let the Gold and a Rubber to Gold are, well, more so the Let the Gold is gonna do a lot of work on this one, just because all these zebras are upgraded to lead balloons. Leads are fortified leads and so on. So yeah, you get a lot more lead balloons basically versus Dreadbloon, and you can just make a lot of cash with the Let the Gold. So yeah, let's get that guy first. Let's go back to buying a couple of marketplaces first. So yeah, this is how we're gonna be farming. I'm not gonna be farming too hard on this event just because I really trust in the Tack Paragon, the Crucible of Steel and Flame. Honestly, I should have done this a lot earlier, but yeah, let's just get it done while we are ahead. So let me get the Minneapolis and then let's rebuy all of these marketplaces first. So let's go like this. Let's get the spots going because we have 3 rounds left to go before the boss appears, so we can actually make a decent amount of money until then. That's gonna be 2 marketplaces. Look at just this. Look at the Let to Gold and the Rubber to Gold. Actually, I upgraded to the Rubber to Gold. Look at that guy go on the side. He's making so much money with these lead blues, and that's gonna just allow us to buy so many more marketplaces than usual. All right, so in comes the tier 1, and we are a little bit underprepared for this one just because we spent all of our money into farms. Like this is just like a wall of fire. I should probably get this guy to the monkey sense just because we need some extra camo detection. This is just a Rubber to Gold to make money, and then look at this guy. It's like a base tag. So let's actually get serious with the defending first. So I think a discount village is going to do wonders like in general in this area. So I'm going to do that. And then I think we start with something like a... Oh, let's just buy it a little bit faster actually. Let's just buy a ninja. Oh, is that too many balloons in the back? Let me just see the lives. I think we're going to survive this thing, but let's make sure we don't leak anymore. Okay, so first things first, I think we're going to start things off with a sticky, just get rid of the primary immunity. And then while this thing is going, I think I'm just going to be going for something like this overdrive. Eventually, maybe into the tag zone if necessary, but let's just try it with an overdrive. Let me just get a gauge on how much damage we're doing. Let's get an alchemist, have it like this. It's gonna be a 320 eventually to the 420, and bam, there goes the primary immunity. So yeah, the overdrive is actually doing a decent amount of work. I should probably lean into this thing a little bit harder. So let's get the stronger stim, and then, oh wait a minute, it's not gonna be the boss though. It's gonna be the rock balloons that are gonna be a problem. Oh my god, I completely forgot about these menaces. Okay, so let's I think I'm gonna have like an brilliant ice like this, 420. Everyone's in the discount village, which is amazing. Now that's a lot of these guys actually. Look at all these rock balloons. I'm pretty sure that we overdid it a little bit. Yeah, we overdid it a little bit with these rock balloons. So yeah, let's actually restart from round 40 and let's go for the tag zone instead. All right, let's switch things up a little bit. Let's get the discount village. I think I'm gonna be switching the places of these 2 guys actually. So let me get the wizard like this, and then we're gonna go into the tag. And also we need to get the ninja as soon as possible. I really like the ninja for the first immunity. I think the tag zone is gonna be able to handle everything afterwards. So sticky ninja now, and then when the ninja is done, I think I'm even gonna sell a couple of farms. Honestly, let's just go like this. Get ready for the overdrive, and then eventually the tag zone. Let's just keep making money. I really like having this guy, by the way, the Rubber to Gold, and the Let the Gold more so, I think. All right, so let's go like this. Let's buy the village as well. Give these guys a little bit of extra attack speed. I think now is the time. Or at least let's wait for these rock balloons to make it on the other side, and then I'm gonna go for the tag zone. Hopefully we don't have to sell like 3 of these guys. Maybe if we can sell 2, that's gonna be fine. So go bam bam, there we go. 19,000 for the tag zone, and yes, that's so much better than last time. All right, so Dreadbloon's approaching the tag zone, and I think, well, since we have the magic community, there's only one left after this one. We're just gonna sell it. Let's just have an embroilment ice like this. This is just gonna be like a 420 ice, which is more than enough for this. Let me just keep buying these farms so we get the cash going, and now this should be, well, not even close. I'm pretty sure. Let me just place one more farm normally just watch the HP. Oh yeah, this guy's getting melted. Yeah, that's what we're supposed to do the first time. We need to just like switch up the placements of these guys and maybe just sell a couple of these farms. I got greedy a little bit, honestly, but yeah, there we go. The Tack Zone is just gonna eat this one up. I can't even wait to see what the Tack Paragon is gonna do later on, but there goes the tier 1. Alright, so let's sell the Tack. Let's go like this. Sell the Berman as well. Let me get the Dragon's Breath, which is gonna be really good in defending, and I think I'm just gonna be going for a couple of central markets into the Banana Central, and yeah, just everything going super well so far. I mean, we've got Quincy for, I guess the purples, he's just like nice in this portion of the game. We also have some abilities, he's leveling quickly. We have this thing, the Dragon's Breath, amazing tower, getting buffed by an alchemist. Everything is under range of a discount village, and we have this guy making money. So so far so good. We had a little bit of a hiccup for the tier 1, but we're doing amazing so far. So yeah, let's go like this. Let me sell all of these guys, by the way, because it is time for the Banana Essential, which I'm pretty sure we do have the money for. Yes, there we go. That's very good. We cannot overclock it, by the way, because there's no NG, so I guess it's just gonna have to go like this, and then just surround this guy with a bunch of 420 farms. So looking at the available towers, actually there's a tower that's always banned versus, well, not always, but generally banned versus Dreadbloon, and just because it's really good versus it, and that tower is the Carpet of Spikes. But now we can use it. Yeah, look at this thing. Look at how good the Carpet of Spikes is. Yeah, this is exactly why this thing is banned versus Dreadbloon, and also why it's banned versus Lich, because it's really good versus Lich as well. Yeah, it's just destroying it. Let me actually just keep buying a couple of these BRFs while we're waiting, because there is, well, nothing better to do at this point. So yeah, I'm just gonna have this guy actually not as a BRF, but I'm gonna have it as a Wall Street, so it collects from all of our farms like this. Then how is everything looking? So it's around 66. That's, you know, a little bit, I don't want to say concerning, but that's the thing that you get with the Carpet of Spikes. It's gonna deal with everything. It's gonna deal with the rock balloons and the boss itself, but it is a little bit slow for sure. So let's get rid of the military immunity actually, and let's switch to the Mad, which should be a little bit faster. I don't know if you guys are paying attention to these balance changes, but the Mad is actually a lot weaker than it used to be. It used to do 550 damage per attack, and now does 450, which is, well, a little bit annoying. I think it's gonna be mostly noticeable versus these bosses, because obviously that's what the targeted, I guess, nerf was about. So let me just let's see if we can notice the difference. So I mean, 550 to 450, I don't know, guys, it should be a little bit slower than usual is what I'm saying. And let's just use the ability, because our defense versus these small balloons is actually not that good. Thankfully we have a lot of lives, but we have to do something about these guys. I even managed to sneak in this guy, by the way, under the range of the discount village, under the range of the village in general, and just the alchemist. So we are getting the buffs, but we're just not defending the small balloons, and I think it's time for this guy to go, the wizard. So yeah, let's go like this. Let me get the overdrive. Oh, we popped the boss. It's really nice. And I think after we clear out these small balloons, let me just I'm gonna sell the Mat, and we're gonna defend with the Tack Zone, which eventually I want to make into the Tack Paragon for the tier 3. So there we go. Let's sell the Mat, get a bunch of cash back, and let's go back to farming now. Alright, so approaching tier 3, I was not yet able to fill the entire map with banana farms, but that's because we're saving money. So we're going for the Tack Paragon, which is really expensive, but we need to get rid of the primary immunity first, and the way that I wanted to do that was actually by using the super mice, which are just amazing versus bosses in general. Yeah, they actually let us use these guys, so that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. This is again in the range of the village, so a little bit of extra attack speed, a little extra attack speed from the alchemist. I would have loved to have an engineer to overclock it, but we only really need this thing for like the primary immunity, so I think it's gonna be fine. Let me just also start getting ready for the Tack Paragon for the first time, actually the second time ever, because I used it onto the normal boss as well. And a really good thing about these tacks in general is that, well, you want to have like these upgrades which also get considered, you know, in the Paragon formula, and then you get a higher degree, right? Well, a good thing about the Tack is that the upgrades are like cheap in general. So even the tier 1 and the tier 2 upgrades, they're like super cheap. For example, look at this, more tax 110, even more tax 110. This is like $200 that you spend to get 2 upgrades worth of, I guess, Paragon power, which is really nice. I don't know what's better. Is it like the 022, by the way, or the, oh yeah, it's definitely the 022. Okay, that's the easy choice. All right, so you have to go for 022 to get the most out of this thing. That's the most efficient one. And how's the boss looking? Yeah, it looks like the super mines are definitely doing the job. I mean, they're not like, this is not the fastest attacker, by the way, with the super mines, but they're doing the job, guys. They're gonna get rid of the primary immunity, and while they're doing that, let me just keep buying all of these small upgrades as well. All right, so we got rid of this thing. So finally, I think I'm also gonna get rid of super mines because we don't need them, and I'm just gonna buy the Crucible Steel and Flame. Just do it like this. This is gonna be like in the 20s, I'm pretty sure, with the Paragon degree. Yeah, that's gonna be a 23. Okay, so the Tree Stump is actually blocking the projectiles a little bit, but what if we use the Maelstrom ability? Is it gonna go over the Tree Stump and start damaging the boss? Let's actually see. Let's just use it. Is this a little bit faster than previously? I'm not exactly sure. All right, so we got rid of the shield, which is really good because Dreadbloon becomes a little bit faster when the shield is not on him. And actually, I think we should use the meteor because this thing does a lot of damage. I think it's gonna help us destroy, like, oh my god, what? It's like a sub ability, which it's on a shorter cooldown. What just happened to the skull? That was an entire skull that was just gone. That's ridiculous. All right, let's use the Maelstrom ability, I guess. Let's see how much extra damage this is gonna do, or does it do extra damage is my question. I'm not exactly sure. maybe it's just like a range extender. If the boss is in range, I'm not sure if you need to use it anyways. You know what? I'm just gonna keep using it. That's completely fine. This thing's uptime is like, what was it like? Oh no, it actually depended on the level of the Paragon, but we get one more meteor, so I'm gonna use this thing. Let's just finish up this boss. Yeah, this Tack Paragon is gonna be amazing going into like the tiers 4 and 5. So let's actually make a lot of cash so we can afford a high degree of this thing. So I actually sold the Tack Paragon, and I'm gonna rebuy the Tack Zone like this, but I'm also gonna rebuy the other tags at tier 5, so just so we start gathering a little bit of pops. So go like this. I even have like a Shimmer Wizard here, guys, because well, now these guys have camo detection. Obviously, we went for the discount village. At this point, you know what? Maybe we just get rid of the Shimmer Wizard then, and maybe let's just give these guys a little bit of camo detection. Go like this. It's just enough spots so we get the Super Maelstrom, and yeah, we have the tier 5. So let's farm a little bit of extra cash, and let's see what we can do for the tier 4. All right, so look at how things are going. I think we have to get rid of Quincy because I was planning on having the sub Paragon like up here, and I'm not sure if we're gonna have enough space to do that. Maybe we have the Murmuncula here at the bottom. Now we should sell Quincy. Let's just try and fit all these guys here on the top of the tree. So how would this placement go? I'm really trying to be careful with this, by the way, because there's really not a lot of space. We only need 3 subs, guys. So let's go like this. That's gonna be number 1. This is gonna be sub number 2, and yes, that's very good. Okay, so we do get 3 subs. That's really nice. All right, so the setup is ready, but I actually don't know what to do about the tier 4 because I'm gonna do this with the Tack and the sub Paragons. But the thing is, we're gonna spend a lot of money, and we're not gonna get like the complete Paragons per se. So let's just try and get away with as little of spend as possible for both of these guys. So I think we're just gonna go for something like 100k on the sub Paragon. It's gonna be degree 12. That's a really low one, but I think that's gonna be fine. And then I'm gonna get the Crucible as well, and let's just put like 100k into this guy as well, because I do plan on selling both of them, and then we're gonna rebuy them as high of a degree as possible later on. Oh yeah, this is so slow actually. Look at this thing. So currently we only have the sub Paragon attacking. By the way, it looks really cool because we have it on the Lord of the Abyss, and there's no water space here, so you can actually see the bottom and the submarine part actually, which usually you don't see if it's placed in water. So it actually looks really good. You know what? Let's actually test the damage that the meteor does, because so we kind of saw it in the previous one, just delete a skull by itself. But let's see how good it is. It's gonna be a degree 24. Let me just use the ability, and that's all you can see. So the damage is actually not that big now on this one. Let me try to get as much damage as possible before Bloon escapes the range of the Tack and goes away on the other side of the tree stump. I'm just gonna keep using this ability. Should I be hooking this thing up to a Tack bot or something like that? Let's actually do it for the tier 5. But yeah, so the degrees that we currently have are not exactly the biggest, but they are getting the job done, guys. So let me just launch one more meteor, and then when Bloon comes to the other side, that's gonna be the last skull, and we're gonna get rid of this one. And then for the tier 5, I'm planning on going as, you know, I'm just gonna sell all of these farms. We're gonna make a lot of money, and we're gonna go as hard as possible with a super high degree in the Tack Paragon as well. So this is gonna be the last one. It's the support one. I think I'm even gonna use the sub ability because we're gonna be selling the sub as well, so why not? I guess let's use the Tack ability while this the sub ability is getting launched. Let's see how much damage this thing is getting. It's only a degree 12 on the sub Paragon, but look at this thing. Alright, so there actually is a difference in the strength of both of these abilities, even though the sub is like a smaller degree. But yeah, so that goes to tier 4, and let's get ready for the tier 5. So first things first, and I know I think it's gonna be like for the second or third time in this game, we're gonna sell the Tack Paragon again. So let's go like this. Let me get the Tack Zone. Let's sell the sub even. Let me just rebuy all of the other tags and all the defensive towers, and let's just get ready for the tier 5 boss. Alright, so our defenses are not looking that hot versus free play rounds, so I think we need to buy the Tack Paragon like right now. We have the money to max it out, so I'm actually gonna do that. So this is gonna be for the last time in this game. Let's just max it out. It's gonna be $630,000 and $830,000 in total. So let's do it. Let's see what degree that we're gonna get. I think it's 63. That's a huge one. I'm so happy with that thing. Wait, so should we try this thing with 2 Paragons? Actually, I think we should. I'm gonna be honest, but first things first, I think I'm gonna need to sell some of these guys because well, there's not enough space. I wanted to place a boat, and I wanted to get the millipede heli. I wanted to pick this thing up and just create the helicopter, so we get a bunch more cash back when we're selling these guys, all these farms. So I think I'm actually gonna do that, and it's gonna be worth it overall, I'm pretty sure. So we were able to keep the Energizer. Let's pick up this thing, the favorite trades. We do like a rough estimation of how much money we're gonna be making. So for example, this farm is in range, I'm pretty sure, the favorite trade boat, and it sells for 22, and this one at the bottom sells for 19.5. Oh my god, that's like 2.5, actually $2,600 that you get per 420 farm. That is insane. That's not even counting like all these 50ers that we have. Okay, so I think I counted 23 420 farms, and if we save 2.6k on each one of them, that is $60,000. This thing is so worth buying. It's insane. All right, let's just get to selling, by the way, because the boss is gonna appear in a second. I do have auto start turned off, so yeah, we're gonna have a little bit of time, but let's just go at it, and let's actually try, guys. Let's try and beat this boss with only 2 Paragons. So that's the wrong one, so we're gonna need to buy this one. Let's get the other one as well, the sub commander. If I can find a spot like this, I'm gonna put all the money possible into this thing. We have about 450k left over, and that's gonna be a 57. Okay, so can these two defeat the boss? And it's gonna be a Dribblon. Oh, actually, you know what would be nice? A Ninja Paragon, just to kind of, you know, keep up with the Paragon themes, where we have a Paragon giving camo detection. We can also do it with something like a Shimmer, or I was actually just thinking this, the Archmage, because the Shimmer on the Archmage ticks twice as fast as the normal Shimmer, so this is actually a lot more reliable, even though it's like a 50-year, but we can afford it, it's fine. And the Sub Paragon seems to be able to do the thing by itself, and by the thing, I mean just getting rid of the primary immunity. So I guess the next question is gonna be if the Tack is gonna be able to solo the military immunity, which is coming up right now. So we have the meteor ability. Let me just use it, see how much damage it does. Oh, that's really not a lot of damage, and I even have it set on strong. All right. Oh no, actually, you know what? When you have it set on strong, it actually targets the rock balloons. They force target all of your towers that are set on strong. Yeah, so maybe we should have this thing on first, then we should retry the meteor again. Thankfully, the cooldown is not as long, so we can retry it in a second. But so far, this Tack Paragon seems to be dealing with the rock balloons as well, which is really nice. So the meteor is coming off a cooldown in a second. Let's go like this, switch it to first now, and now use the meteor ability, and that's about the same damage. All right, so it doesn't exactly do that much damage, it looks like, but it's completely fine. So as long as we get rid of this immunity, we should be fine. Do we actually do something like a super roll? Because this thing, the Tack Paragon, is like a million projectiles, so I feel like these damage amplification towers are gonna do the Lord's work versus them. Yeah, let's just go like this. Let's just buy them. We can afford it, so why not? I know that the placement for the sniper is not as good, but I feel like the boss is even not gonna make it like this past this trunk. And as it's getting closer to Attack Paragon, is the damage gonna start increasing? I know that the trunk and this like tree stump in the middle is blocking the damage, but is this gonna be enough to get rid of the military immunity by itself? I don't know, guys. This is gonna get close, I think. Yeah, the damage is definitely ramping up the closer the Dribblon gets to the Tack. Oh, look at this thing. It is speeding up. Let's even use the meteor. I think we have this thing. Yes, so as soon as we get rid of this one, we're gonna have both Paragons attacking. Unfortunately, it's gonna go away of the range of the Tack in a second, so maybe we should just try and maximize the Tack damage like right now. So just keep using these abilities, actually. Yeah, let's go like this, and then the Tack is, yeah, it's gonna go outside the range of the Tack, and then look at this thing. This tree is gonna block the, I guess this trunk is gonna block the damage from the Tack Paragons. It's only gonna be the sub doing his damage. We can still get away with it by using the ability a little bit, but it's not gonna be too much. Alright, so let's launch both abilities as well. I launched the sub ability. It's gonna have 5 seconds, and I'm gonna use the meter from the Tack as well. Let's just try and combine these guys. So go like this, and then, oh no, I had it set on strong, I'm pretty sure, with the, yeah, it's still set on strong, and the rock balloon kind of absorbed the meter, but that's completely fine. So yeah, the sub Paragon is gonna be able to carry this thing by itself. There we go, that was this boss. So it was a really fun one. 2 Paragons can absolutely do it looks like, and yeah, the Tack Paragon it's honestly working as expected, guys. That's about as much damage as I expected it to do for the degree that we had, and I'm just really happy that we have a choice to make with these Paragons now that this thing is kind of on the cheaper side as well, right? It's only 200k. But that's gonna be it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I'm gonna see you on the next one.